Good morning, guys. This is your WOD for March 25th, 2016. I'm fired up right now because we just got back from Leading Edge not long ago. I've been reading a ton of books, and I'm really seeing a difference in myself and a lot of other people. So today I want to really focus on personal growth, and I did write some notes because I have a tendency to kind of just talk for a long time. So I want to try to keep it short. So personal growth, right? Now Charlie Regas said, Advocare is 25% products, 25% business, and 50% personal growth. And I always thought that was a really cool statement, but I never really knew what it meant. I'd say till about 6 weeks ago. Um, Personal growth is the absolute number one thing that you'll notice that everybody that has hit diamond and above has had. You don't hit diamond by mistake. You don't earn income here by mistake. You do it by helping people. But the more you grow as a person, the more you focus on yourself, the more people you can help. And so I want to preface what I'm going to say about these books is, what I love that Jim Rohn said is if you work hard on a job, you can earn a living. But if you work hard on yourself, you can earn a fortune. And you don't realize how profound that is until you start going through that metamorphosis, of growing. Part of that, first and foremost is goals. What do you have as goals? And that kind of leads me into, I'm going to show you guys a couple of things. I have a couple extra of these, but if you don't have this is The Magic of Goals by Ron Reynolds. You can get that on Amazon. I think it's relatively cheap, but trust me, go get it. It's a workbook. Do the steps. For me, there's three steps to kind of getting into a successful business mindset. Now, unfortunately, I kind of did them backwards because I didn't understand this whole dynamic of things. So what I'd like to do is share with you what my personal opinion, based on what I've been doing recently, of what the proper steps would be for people that are new or maybe just starting out on this. And I'm going to show you a book that will kind of coincide with that directive as well. So for me, first and foremost, before you get into the how-to steps, number one, you have to come up with a why. Why are you doing this? What is driving you to want more? Whether it's products or income or all those things. And let's be honest with you, if you're watching this video, you want income. 80% of America is paycheck to paycheck. So for me, the first step is identifying where you are and identifying what you don't want, and then identifying what you do want. And what that really means is going through your life and identifying negative. Maybe it's negative mindset, negative thoughts, negative people, negative actions, negative environment. First identifying those don't wants. And those don't wants come from a lack of do wants. And so I want you guys to pick this book up. It's called Excuse Me, Your Life is Waiting. And let me tell you something. When I read this, it blew away every other book I've ever read, because until you start with the desire and actually want to make a change, none of the other books on how to get rich and how to build the business and how to be a leader, none of that stuff matters if you don't actually want it. So, really, that's where I would start. Start with that book, because that really will open up your mind and expand your universe on the entire reason of why you're doing this in the first place. My second step would be this book. Now, I've just started reading this book, and I'm not very deep into it, and that's how amazing the book is, because I haven't even read it all yet, and it's just absolutely incredible. Dawn Funk is actually reading this book now. We got this from corporate, and I saw she was reading it, so of course, follow the leader, duplicate what the successful people do. So I started reading it. This book is incredible. The first chapter alone blew me away. I was like, oh my goodness, I wish I would have known about this book a long time ago. But that really goes to the second part. We've identified the desire and the want. Now we need to identify the do. What do I need to do? So it really teaches you how to be a leader and how to build teams and how to approach things. More of a structural type of a thing. on paper, but it's mindset. How do I approach these things? How do I approach the culture? How do I approach my team? How do I do certain things to avoid this from collapsing? And it's just an absolutely incredible book. You just have to kind of read it for yourself. Third step, obviously, is the business, is what we call the how. How do I build this business? You know, Bob has put out a lot of books recently on this particular step. You know, one of those is Beach Money. You know, Bob loves to say, read Beach Money until you get it and reread it until you get it. And, you know, that's absolutely true. This book is incredible when you're ready for that next step. Again, another one for, you know, people that are willing to grow. The Greatest Networker in the World. Absolutely phenomenal. Short read, not huge books, but they're fantastic. You know, it gives you the mindset on how to build the structure and the mindset you need for that success on how to earn a lot of money by helping other people. And then the third one, you know, I'll share. I've got probably 50 of them, but, you know, Think Like a Billionaire, Become a Billionaire. These are all books among several others that I've read over the past 6.5, 7 weeks. And you know, it has helped transform me as a person, as a leader, you know, just giving me more substance. It's really blown my mind and helped my approach. You know, I've always been, I guess, a very forward person. I guess you want to say aggressive because I know what I want. The only problem with me up until, you know, even a year ago, I didn't know what I didn't want. And that's what I needed to identify. So, you know, you hear a lot of amazing leaders in Advocare say this all the time. You know what? Make a list of the things you don't want. Make a list of the things you do want. And that really is such a profound thing to do. And if you don't do it, you're selling yourself short. So make sure that you are identifying those steps. Be honest with yourself. Identify your reality. Because the truth is until you're ready to be honest with yourself where you are, you're not ever going to be able to get where you want to go. You know, chances are you don't even know. I ask grown adults this all the time. You know, hey, you know, what do you want your life to look like? What do you want? Not what do you want to be? How much money do you want? What do you want? And you know how many times I get, I don't know. You know, I'm like, you're 20, 25, 30, 40, 50 years old and you have no idea what you want. Like, that's a problem to me. You know, that was me. I was 34 years old and I didn't know what I wanted. I thought I did. I had no clue. So, you know, make sure that you identify those don't wants because those don't wants, like I said, they come from a lack of the do want. You know, is a couple examples I gave the other day when I was speaking to a couple of friends. You know, we get upset when we have a lack, right? Like lack of money, lack of time. You know, any of those things cause like what Lynn Grabhorn says in Excuse Me, Your Life is Waiting. She talks about vibration, which, you know, Bob Proctor talks a lot, the law of vibration, the law of attraction. You attract what you become, and that's so true. You attract success. You don't chase success. So, you know, you want to identify that lack, right? So getting into the mindset of realizing, oh my gosh, this is negativity, this is lack, this is a don't want, I want this gone, right? So you ever got a flat tire and got out and kicked it and cussed at it, and did it inflate itself and magically drive away? Of course not. You know, those days when it's raining, you go, oh gosh, it's raining, I hate when it rains. Did it stop just because you complained about it? No, it's not going to. That's a negative vibration. That's a don't want. It's lack of sunshine or lack of air in your tire. You know, you're driving, oh my gosh, get out of the way, I don't have time for this. You know, it's lack of time, lack of patience more than anything. So, you know, be conscious of those things when you're out and doing your daily activities, even at home. If you spill something, you know, oh, I'm so aggravated because something spilled, the water spilled. Well, it didn't magically dry up. You got to clean it up, move on, right? Be positive about it. So, you know, read that book and it'll help you understand more the law of vibration and, you know, keeping that positive mindset. And what you want to do is figure out what you don't want, figure out what you do want, and the feelings that you feel when you think about your do wants, focus on that feeling and get to work. Be diligent with your efforts. Go out there and help people. And I promise you, if you do that, you are going to be super successful here. If you don't do that and you're not willing to grow, then you know what? Maybe this isn't for you. You know, so really just vibrate above the negative. Be positive. Choose joy. Choose happiness. A positive mindset is always a better place to be. Really, if you do that, you focus on the do want. What do we do with, I said this as an example yesterday. What do we do with the products we have, right? We fill the nutritional gaps left by food, right? So fill the nutritional gaps left in your finances, or the financial gaps, I guess I should say. We're filling a void. We're eradicating a deficiency. If you have a deficiency in your finances, your patience, your time, fill the need with a do want and get rid of the deficiency. If you do that, the rest of the stuff will take care of itself. Have a great day, champions.